I'll make him disappear. These words were allegedly said by the Polish boyfriend to a 29-year-old mother 5 years ago when her child found a horrific death by his hands in Stepfather Street 5, Kypseli, Athens. Before he murdered the child, he had punished him, forced him to stand upright and hungry for hours, causing the child to start protesting at some point. He then duct-taped his mouth, causing the child shortly afterwards to draw his last breath. After they realized that the child was dead, they then carried his corpse to the roof of a house that they lived in and hid it in a makeshift tomb. When they changed residence, they put the remains in a toolbox and kept it on the terrace of their house. In fact, in order not to raise any suspicions about their atrocious act, anyone who asked for the 7-year-old was told that his biological father had taken him home to Poland. The 33-year-old, as he claimed to the police after the first years of the assassination and before settling in the Astipalia 22 Street Hall in the same area, had become homeless, and as a result he was roaming the streets carrying with him the toolbox in which he had placed his bones in 2 black bags. There they placed the toolbox with the bones in a storage area of a wooden sofa that he had on the balcony of the home. Police officers faced a horrific spectacle as they found the bones of the child torn apart in the toolbox, resulting in the arrest of the 29-year-old mother and her 33-year-old Polish partner. Both the mother and her partner were perfectly calm when they were arrested. According to the police, the crime took place in early 2017 in Athens. According to the preliminary investigation, the 33-year-old who lived with the 29-year-old in a house in Athens constantly abused the 7-year-old, resulting in his tragic death. Throughout the incident, the 29-year-old mother was present but took no action at all to prevent the murder. Outrage and disgust spread through the Greek community when it was also revealed that while her partner was killing her own son in such a torturous way, the mother did not only do nothing to save her child, but played computer games. The 29-year-old claimed to officers that she didn't understand what had happened because she didn't witness her son's murder, as she was busy playing her games. The toxic relationship between the couple began in 2015. The mother was abandoned by her also Polish husband, who left for his homeland, leaving his 2 children behind, a 5-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl at the time. The young mother quickly moved on to her next relationship, a Polish builder who, as she admitted to the police, used inhumane methods to punish her children when they would not obey his orders, such as beating, forced standing and starvation, with him arguing that the children did not respect their mother. So, in 2017, the man, who was a drug user and consumed large quantities of alcohol, killed the 7-year-old boy, while a year later, in 2018, the little girl of a so-called family went to school brutally abused, resulting in teachers informing the juvenile prosecution, and eventually the child was given to a foster family. It should be noted that on the day the 7-year-old was murdered, his sister was missing from the home as she had gone to a friend's house, and upon returning and looking for her brother, she was told that her brother had left for Poland to be with their father. The details of the reasons and the manner in which the 7-year-old child was murdered in Kypseli are appalling. For 5 years the couple succeeded in covering up their crime. The mother, implicitly but clearly, admitted that she did nothing whatsoever to prevent the abuse of her children by her partner and to spare them from the torture to which the 33-year-old submitted them to. The day the boy lost his life, the boyfriend punished him by forcing him to stand for many hours. The boy at some point during the afternoon collapsed from fatigue and began crying. Then his mother's partner took him to his room, where he put duct tape around his mouth, closing the child's nose, eventually dying of asphyxiation. He told the officers that when he returned to the room, he found the child deceased. The crime cover-up operation was mainly organised by the 33-year-old. He threw away all the child's clothes and toys into bins before hiding the corpse in a cement structure. With police searching for months for the child, mostly at the tenacity of neighbours who saw and worried about the circumstances in which the children lived, one accidental arrest revealed the crime. An arrest of a man for an unrelated reason solved the mystery by him telling police officers that he knew of a crime that occurred with a child. According to sources, a man confessed he knew about the crime from the mother's partner himself, who one night, drunk, confided in him. It has also been revealed that the Smile of a Child organisation carried out a series of actions both for the mother of the 7-year-old as a minor who was still pregnant then, and later in 2018 for the sister of the murdered child. However, it is unknown what actions had been taken to support the children, why there was no monitoring and support for the family. The murderous evil pair remain in custody until their trial date and conviction.